I have a horizontal bandsaw, which I've been using since somewhere in the 1970s. It does a beautiful job, it cuts nice and all, but it's really slow. You know, you lower down, you clamp your workpiece into it and you lower it down and bandsaw. It's like a half-inch by it's a half-inch by 48-inch blade. So it does a nice job, but it takes a while to cut. So I've been wanting to get one of these chop saws for quite a while now. I bought a, I'm sorry, I didn't buy. I had borrowed. A friend has a 14-inch chop saw, metal cutting chop saw, but it's got an abrasive blade. Oh my God, I could never use that here in this shop. A wood shop with all the sawdust and the flammable materials I have in here, because that thing sends a trail of sparks. It looks like a comet coming in from the sky. All right, so it works okay. It's it's quicker than the bandsaw, and it leaves a lot of burring on it. You got to do a lot of cleanup on it, and so at any rate, I used it for one project, which I had quite a bit of steel to cut up. I had a lot of 3-inch by 3-inch, 5/16 angle steel, and I had to make about, maybe 40 or 50 cuts. And I knew the bandsaw was going to be quite a while, so I used that. It did a nice job, twice as fast as the bandsaw. But you can see here, this is a cold saw. It's got a saw blade that's kind of like my wood cutting blades, all right? So it's kind of like my miter saw. So knowing I had this job as well as a bunch of other projects to do, I decided to go ahead and order one of these. So here goes the opening. This is this says Slugger. From what I researched, even though it's sold by Fein, they have it, there's a name Slugger on here, and I want to say it's made in Taiwan. We'll find out when we open the box, but anything that's got the Fein name on it, I don't care if they outsource it, I know they're going to give specs to whoever they're having build them. They're going to be really good specs. And I looked at the DeWalt's. The Makitas came up with great reviews, but they only have a 12-inch blade. It's not a 14-inch like these. There's several brands, I forget, I read quite a few reviews, but it seems like this one came out on top with guys that are in my end of the business, industrial guys that are using commercially. A homeowner, they might not use the stuff enough to justify, although you'll see more reviews from homeowners, I think, than the guys in the trade. Guys in the trade like me, we normally are working too much. We don't have time to do this silly stuff. But I have a YouTube channel, so at any rate, here you see, I'm going to unbox it in front of you. First time. I don't have a lot of time to try it out, but I do want to record opening up and see what we got in here, because I love Fein tools. F-E-I-N. All right off the bat, we got a pair of goggles here. I don't know if they're China made in Germany, I don't know, but very flexible, I'll say that. But yeah, I think you want to be wearing, the hearing protection, and two little, all right, that seems to be all that's on the top of this box. That thing looks kind of dirty. Now let's see. Put that over there. And the saw is in the box here. It's really packed into this styrofoam here. In fact, it looks like I've got to pull some insert pieces out of here. Nothing to get a handhold on here. It's very cold. It must have been outside. It was just delivered. I ordered through Amazon Prime, and just like they did with my MIG welder. They left it out, so I get an email and it says your package has been delivered. Well, this is. I got 2 other packages through USPS, the Postal Service, and my guy, he comes right in the shop and all, no problem. But whoever delivered this to the MIG welder, it's not FedEx, it's not UPS, and it's not USPS. It's something, and they leave this stuff sitting outside, which I'm not real keen about. I'm not quite certain how I'm going to get this out of the box. There's really nothing to grab. I think what I'm going to do is set up on a table here. Turn the box on its side. Slide it out. So where did I get there? Now I can get something to grab. Ooh. Oh boy, is this ice cold. Woo. That's a heavy ass machine. I thought I read that this was cast aluminum base, but it sure feels like it's, from the weight, I'd say it's cast iron. Let me go in the back and see. I don't know where my big mag is. No, that's aluminum. Hey, it's a magnet. It holds a hammer. This part is not. This is cast iron in here. Okay, let me see here what we got. Everybody was saying it comes with this funky chain. Nobody is happy with it. There we go. As a hold down for this. It's got a glass shield on here. I'll plug this in back here. That cord is pretty stiff. And there's a couple of Allen wrenches. That's nice. This is typical of Fein. I don't know if when the camera's on it. They have spots right in here molded right into the base to store your Allen wrenches that are used, I guess, to be changing the blade and whatnot. And also, there's some levers here for changing the angle to lock it at 90 or to move it, whatever. Now, I'm not going to get into that right now. I just want to do a quick run. Let me shut these magnets off. Let me get this piece of steel here. Ugh. Oh, wait a minute, we gotta, let me see if this will drop down enough. This is from my chop saw. I don't know if it drops down. That's a little bit too high, so that's. Okay, we need something to hold this end up here. Yeah, a little box. That might be a. Yeah, that's close enough. I'll put this over here. I'm going to make up a rolling stand for this with outriggers and all. Yeah, like I do for everything else, right? That thing recording? Why am I seeing this? There's all these, on the screen I'm seeing something for setting up audio and everything else. I'm going to set up close to the end. I'm not going to put the earplugs on, but until I see how the sparks fly on this thing, we'll try out. I have some nice goggles here, but just for shits and giggles, I'll try out these. I don't see a brand name or anything on these. I have some beautiful 3M ones that I just love. They're crystal clear, they're great and all, but do I look goofy enough? Always wear eye protection, and they give you these little foam plugs that you put in your ear, which... Alright, now there's a button here. What is that? That must be for locking the blade. You know, I'm just thinking, there's, this might be the first machine I ever received that has no book, no manual or something. Not, I mean, what do you need a manual for, but. Alright, there's a trigger lock on here, so you have to pull in with one finger. You got to pull a trigger lock in to release it, and then you pull the trigger. You can't just pull the trigger and turn it on, so. Wow. I gotta tell you, I like that. Oh boy, do I like that. Woo! I felt a little bit of rattling when it hit the horizontal top piece. The vertical part, it cut down, I didn't even feel it cutting. And then when I hit the bottom one, I felt a little bit of a rattle. Not quite sure what... Now these things don't quite made up. They're like offset these guards a little bit. I don't know if that's rattling them. I better put this back in, I'm going to lose that. Oh boy, I can see this is a pain. I would never, I'm going to put this in here just this one time, but after that, that's not going to stay in there. Alright, yeah, I can't believe there's no owner's manual in here. There's no way to register this. So what do you do about your warranty? I mean, I do have a receipt. Now there's metal shavings. I don't know if you can see it. There's metal shavings down in here, alright? There's more metal shavings in here. So either this thing was used and sent back, because when I cut the tape on it, let me look at this strap. Is this a fine? I mean, I did these fell off the side, but this has double tape on it. The top of the box, you know how they have strapping tape on it? I could see right off the bat when I got it, there was one layer, and then there was another layer, and then there's actually 3 layers. Now, they don't normally double up those like that. So, I don't know if this was a used machine and sent back, or there was maybe a little bit of ashes, a little bit of shavings in there from trying it out at the factory. Maybe they tried me, I don't know, but there's definitely shavings in the styrofoam here. And the fact that there's no manual. I've never ever got a machine ever that didn't come with a... I buy a flashlight, it comes with a little owner's manual. Turn switch, push switch, how to change the battery, how to change the bulb. Nothing in here tell you how to... I mean, it's obvious, you know, there's a button here, you press that, I'm sure that's a blade lock. But how do you... I guess you got to take these screws out to be able to get at the... Yeah, you got to take the screws out to get at the... That's not... Fein is not like that. There's no way you have to take a Phillips screwdriver and remove parts on any one of their tools to change their blades or anything. You have to do it on this one. But there's nothing telling me in fact, there's oil. There's oil dripping out of this thing. There must be a little gearbox in there. And here's oil dripping out on my finger. See it? So that gearbox, if it's that's got me a little concerned. Yeah, there's quite a bit of oil on here. There's a lot of oil on here. I don't know if there's an oil reservoir in there. I'm going to have to look into this. This machine might be going back. I don't like seeing all that oil. Yeah, there's a little puddle right here. Look at that. When that came down, that was sitting there, yep, dripping all the way down the motor. Here it is dripping down here, and there's oil back here. So. And that wasn't there when I started. I don't think so. I didn't see oil down on there, but all right, I got to get going. 1:30. I got to go get an appointment I got to go on. So I am going to say goodbye if I don't get a chance to see you again. This Merry Christmas, Mike, even though we might be setting it back. And we'll do some more on this down the road, all right? Take it easy, folks.